Dunna, dunna, dunna. I'm Burger.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of I'm Burger Podcast. We got a great show tonight, actually. Some crazy things going on. We got our usual suspects here. We got Mr. Ryan Talmo.
Hey, guys.
Mr. Mark John Owens.
Yo,
Johnny. Day Carter down from Vegas.
What's going on, everyone?
And jumping in right now, we got Miss Alex Powers.
What's up?
By the way, I got to ask you, you got the Jewish star on your finger. Mm-hmm. I got the one on my chest. I got when I was about 12. A neighbor of mine did tattoos. Nice. And all my family, my cousins all had the gold stars. We didn't have money. And so my neighbor did tattoos, and I wanted a Jewish star, so I told him to put it on there. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. I saw that.
My friend did these with a needle and Indian ink, like sitting
Nice.
on her couch.
Nice.
Yeah, prison style.
My wife did one.
Nice.
My wife did one on her leg that was going to say, fuck it. And she got to fuck, F-U-C, with a needle. Clothespin needle.
Those tats would give you a street cred. I need one of those.
I don't know. I go to a fucking guy with a fucking machine. I guess I'm weird.
That's why I got mine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I wanna
Well, that's what
get-
someone was telling me.
yeah.
They're like, yeah, I got this done by a tribal guy. You're a fucking moron. They got machines now that don't hurt as much. That is a lot of goddamn work, man. No, but I don't know. I'm gonna probably I got to get one more tattoo of my daughter because I got my other kids like this.
I was in a
with my
tattoo
fingers.
shop today.
You were?
Yeah, I was at American Electric. My friend got a tattoo, and that's where I go. I go to see Sean Smith. He does all my
Does all your work?
gray stuff.
Oh yeah. You get some great tattoos.
I can get a tattoo. Johnny, you have a tattoo,
I
right?
got one.
Yeah. Where is it?
It's on it.
Oh, there it is.
What are
Okay.
you-
It's like-
Are you grabbing my dick, John? Because that's
Maybe.
not the question that
What
was
you need?
asked. Okay, so we were talking about Lamar Odom is basically on the verge of death.
Yeah. Well, he's,
And,
he's
if
dead.
he's lucky, he'll just die. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, because if he lives, he's going to be being taken care of by the
Is that the
Kardashians.
dude, Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's a
OJ's
basketball-
kid.
he's a
Yeah, OJ's
basketball-
daughter was married to him.
All right, and he's a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
Was he an addict? Why is he gonna die?
Oh, he's been a drug addict forever, a crack addict. But it goes even further. So he was at a brothel in Nevada, Baby Ranch, baby sugar babies.
Bunny Ranch.
No, but yeah,
sugar baby.
yeah. Bunny Ranch is more
And
north.
so he's at this place, and they were the place that was on the TV show, The Cat House or whatever, Life's in the Cat House, whatever it was called. And so he's doing a bunch of drugs. But the odd thing to me was they were talking about he was taking herbal Viagra. And he took like 10 pills of herbal Viagra. And so what we were talking about earlier is what a lot of people don't understand with the herbal medicines, they don't have regulations. They were talking about it's $1 billion industry with such a strong lobby. And then I started thinking, what if the lobby is the same lobby as the pharmaceuticals because they're the same companies? And so I researched it, and it turns out most of them are subsidiaries of pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer, like what's the other one? I can't think of the name right now.
Merck.
Is it Merck? I was thinking it's
Merck's a big one.
Yeah.
Pfizer.
You know what I just found out? I just found out you can get dick pills at any sex shop.
Yeah.
Like black, what do they call it? Black Mamba. All that kind of,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can get dick
They're
pills at a sex
herbals.
shop.
There's no
Extend.
regulation to them, though.
But
There's
all
no
just-
regulation. So whatever's in them is in. There's things with trimmings of like wallpaper and stuff in them.
Yeah.
It's filler. Because there's no regulations to these, and the thing is, like I said, you find out, oh wow, a lot of these huge corporate pharmaceutical companies own these organic and natural and herbal remedy companies.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
and
like it.
so the same
Crazy.
people selling you Norco are also selling you the Feel Good Sonoma or whatever the fuck you call it with a rainbow on it.
Good
Someone dancing through
Sonoma.
a field. You know,
Feel
someone's
Good
dancing
Sonoma.
through a field. They also on the left hand they're dropping opiates out there like crazy.
Yeah.
So they covered both markets, and they're making more money on the herbal because so many people do it, and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I could do any pill, and it was mom and pops to begin with, but they got bought out, and now it's all corporate.
Yeah, and like the mom and pops that do like all the natural stuff that aren't subsidiaries of these pharmaceutical companies, the FDA comes down on them hard. And they're like, you can't say that coconut oil has any kind of health benefit without us saying so.
You're fine.
So,
You're wrong. We're
No.
live, but go ahead. Go ahead.
thanks for bringing back my
Jump on
flannel
in.
shirt.
Come on in, sit down, relax. Now,
Thank you.
so yeah, you're right. I mean, but that's the thing is, it goes back to as far as I think it was the FBI came in and raided raw milk places and dumped the raw milk next to homeless people down the gutters because you can't do raw milk. You can't sell raw milk, and they were trying to stop it. And it's simply because the milk lobbyists are so strong. They're not going to let this milk that's actually good for you, without pus in it, without hormones, without
Milk,
steroids.
right? Milk we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. They said milk. I'm like, what? Okay,
no,
never
I
mind.
say it weird.
It's like, what is
I
this?
say it milk like I'm saying Martin Luther King quickly.
Yeah.
You know, like MLK. Yeah. But no, I mean, and so, it goes that deep, though, that you can't even do raw milk.
Yeah.
without them coming down on you as a mom and pop place.
Yeah.
But if the corporations want to do it, they could do it all willy-nilly and get away with everything. I mean, extends, all that stuff, it doesn't work. None of it is real, and people don't get it. Viagra only works because it works as almost a muscle relaxer that rushes blood to your penis.
Yeah.
And it just takes people who are in bad shape.
You know what I found out? I found out that dudes that have smaller dicks flaccid actually get bigger erections. Why? Because there's less tissue in the dick, therefore to allow for greater expansion of the blood vessels.
Very
Hence
interesting.
the term
Okay.
shower, not a grower.
Yeah. I vary. I swear to God, it has to do with weather. It has to do with comfortability, stress.
For me, it depends on what mood my girlfriend's in that day and how heavy her flow is. Like sometimes her vagina is bigger than it is other times, and so I have the option of changing it up, what size I want to use that day.
Oh my God, shut up. You know why? I'm glad you said that. Because I've been with women sometimes where they're just like, it's a little easier to get in, and other times it's not, and I just think, bitch, are you cheating?
Dude,
Are you fucking to do with a bigger dick?
The girl I'm dating right now is like a physical anomaly because she's 4'11".
Jesus.
And I'm like 5'8". She's 4'11".
That's
tiny,
short.
but-
That's
She's a
short.
gymnast.
But she's great, like Romanian and shit.
Oh, she's Romanian?
But she's got
dating
a bubble
Nadia
butt.
Comaneci.
Yeah.
She's got a bubble butt in D's. 4'11",
Oh, yeah.
32 D's in a bubble butt.
Sounds like Snooki from the
But is
Jersey
she
Shore.
thin waist? Is she the real thick? The real kind of
like,
thick?
Totally.
See, when I first got divorced or
Yeah.
was getting divorced, the first girl I messed with was a Dominican girl who was about 5'1". Double D, same thing, the real thick. And I always say that, there's that real thick, and then there's every other girl who says, I'm thick. No, you're not.
I'm thick.
Yeah.
It's their hashtag, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm just thick. Nah, well,
no.
it's safe behind a lot of fat.
Yeah.
Your thick is well hidden, and it because we all come in different shapes. It's like I was telling some kids, I teach, and I was talking to them. I said, what you gotta understand is we all come in different shapes. Whatever shape you come in is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are heavy, some people aren't. Some people are like, I could eat 10 times a day. I'm not gonna put on weight.
Me neither.
Other people eat once a day, they bloat up. That's just who you are. It's okay. Like you
Yeah.
are okay exactly the way you are. Don't worry about it.
I have what's called the white trash gene. So, I can eat, all kinds of crap, fast food, whatever, not gain an ounce.
Is that what I have? Because we're both
The white
Jewish.
trash.
We're both,
Yeah.
we're both Jewish.
So how are
we're
we getting
both
this white
like
trash gene?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Wait.
I don't know.
Wait,
Breeding with Aryans.
Sarah, you're Jewish, too, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
my dad's side. So
Okay.
depending on how Jewish the other person is I'm talking to.
Shut up.
Oh.
Because my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, all the way back are all Jews.
Yeah, no.
And because I do that, when people go my dad, I go, oh. Because
Yeah,
I'm just
of
such a
course.
dick. I'm such a, oh.
But I know you people are out there.
Well,
being
but
dicks.
Wow.
you know where that comes from, though.
Yeah, but I'm Jewish too.
You know where that comes from, though.
Where?
That the Jews were getting raped a lot, and the Jewish women. And so in order to consider the babies Jewish, they said the bloodline runs through the mom.
Well, what had happened was,
Really?
yeah, Persians are sort of like some sort of
A form of Persians
ancient
were coming
culture,
in, yeah.
Babylon, whatever, and they were
Right.
killing all the Jewish men and raping all the women.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's when the priests the high priests got together and they were like, all right, the only way to really sustain our ethnicity is to if you're born mother's Jewish, you're Jewish. So
Yep.
therefore all these women
So
that got
that's
raped-
how
All
that's
the women got
Right,
that's
like
raped, their
the
kids are
Jewish law.
Right, like my mom's Italian and Catholic, but she felt so bad about not being Jewish in front of my grandmother. She made up for it by learning how to do seders, learning all the Jewish food,
Oh, yeah.
and we had to spend most of our time growing up with my Jewish family. I don't even know most of my Italian family.
Well, you're-
so
but
that's
I
good.
feel,
That's
a good thing.
culturally Jewish.
Well, see, but that's the thing is that you're Italian. Your mom's religion is Catholicism.
right.
You're Jewish. whatever your
Ethnically.
religion is,
Right.
doesn't matter.
Right.
And that's what we've come to now. We're recognized as a race.
And Italians, we are an ethnicity, but Italians and Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, share like 75% of the same genome.
Oh, yeah.
We act the same. We talk.
We're
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
We feel
Same
guilty about
thing.
everything. Yeah.
Feel guilty about everything. Yeah, Italians do that. They do.
Yeah.
With more pride.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the whole thing is, with the whole race thing, people don't understand how mixed everyone is. I mean, what I said was this, because people talk about indigenous people and, the Indians, and we're always crying about the Indians, and I personally think, not fuck them, but fuck them in the way that, fucking well. Because, first of all, you're not native, you're Asiatic, so get over it. And I've always said, you don't get to claim land by tapsies when you're nomadic. And so, here's the thing. You're Asiatic. Now, if we go with science and history, it says right now that mankind or humankind, whatever, derived from the 13 tribes of Hebrews.
Yeah.
So that being in Ethiopia, if you are an Ethiopian whose family was born in Ethiopia and you haven't left, you are indigenous to that land. Every one of us else is an invader or a traveler. And nobody's indigenous to any other land in this world, because if we believe that there were 13 tribes and most religions go to that, then therefore only indigenous people are people who stayed there in fucking Ethiopia. Everyone else has traveled. Everyone else is a visitor to that land. And so we've gotten so caught up in native this, native that, and it's like they were fucking anthilling each other. They were doing horrible shit to each other. And before them, and then it was some guy went on a rant about Columbus, what a dick Columbus is, and all this stuff. And yeah, of course, he was on a boat he was a fucking invader. Of course, he was.
We all knew it.
Like, what do you think? Nice guys were going. I was gonna paint the house today or invade a fucking land and call it mine. But you know who else? But then he was saying even like hundreds of years before Columbus, people came over. So he wasn't even the first. I go, no. 10,000 years ago, the Africans were coming to California on boats. It's already proven.
The Moors?
No, before them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were coming to what is California now, but they were coming to these parts. And even in history, there, if you find it out, it says, the problem is the wording. It says they came, they shared their religion, they shared their architecture, they shared their way of life. They made it sweet. What they meant was invaded and told these people this is how you'll live now. And that's all it is, and it's been going on forever. People have been invading other places and sharing their way of life. And it's just invasion. And so no matter who you are, so it's like we look at everything that goes on, and we realize we're one race if we believe history and science. We're all one race, and we're derivatives of that race.
Yeah.
With the exception of some groups of Southeast Asians who are indigenous to Southeast Asia, because I think it's like modern day Indonesia or whatever, that area, the populace has like 7% more Neanderthal DNA than
Oh, wow.
the rest of us.
Yes.
Because they did discover recently that Neanderthal and Cro-Magnon existed at the same time
Yes.
and actually interbred.
We did
and
a
that
show on it,
very
yeah.
small population
Oh, wow.
is now
Yeah.
indigenous.
We
to
did a whole
Southeast
show of
Asia.
that. But if you
What?
talk about
What?
Neanderthal
Me?
people, well, if you talk, we know. No.
Me?
We know.
My people?
Geico caveman.
My people?
He has heavy Neanderthalism in that. But
Yeah,
here's
it's
the thing.
weird, though, at
But
the same
here's
time.
the thing is we always think of Neanderthals as the cartoon, as ignorant big brutes, and they weren't. They were just big. And the thing is, they did exist at the same time. That's the whole thing. So if we talk about Neanderthals, then we go even all of a sudden, we're hitting before the Hebrew tribes.
Yeah.
And so then we get into a different history. And so then if we look at just silliness in the sense of everything metal, wood, and material dissolves. So the world can just be a repeat
Yeah.
of societies moving up, developing, destroying, and then everything's basically gets buried within the destruction, flood, whatever happens.
Atlantis.
And so then by the time we finally start digging it up, or the government lets us go there, we start finding stuff, but it's so late in the world.
Yeah, like the Temple of Solomon is in modern day Palestine.
Yep.
Palestinian government, Hamas, they won't let anyone excavate. No one.
They won't. You can't go to Antarctica. You can't go. Every government will stop you basically from going to Antarctica, and ours
true.
being the biggest one.
Wow.
that will
true.
stop you from ever
What's the
going
furthest
to
you
Antarctica.
can go before you get there?
There's a part of Antarctica, the whole thing, where you cannot go do any research or anything. And the reason, again, is because they say there is actual civilization buried under there. Who knows? They also have shown pictures of a possible city under there that's functioning right now. That could be bullshit.
Hey, do you guys know about this thing? It was like it was the peak of capitalism in the 80s under New York City. I think there was like a population of maybe like 5,000 strong.
Whoa.
Communists that lived and inhabited the tunnels
Yes.
underneath
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I've never heard
Well,
of that.
there's
Yeah.
every city
right
has.
now,
I
Yeah,
know
right
that like
now-
in China there are people who like live underground,
Yeah.
like several stories underground. They have apartments underground.
Australia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is what we don't ever deal with is like Russia and China have both come out and told their people that there's aliens, there is other
Yeah,
life.
we're like the only government that hasn't declassified.
We're in the
Right.
done.
We're the only one.
Right.
We're
And
our
so
country.
We have so much less freedom than anyone else in these other supposed horrible countries. Again, I think I talked about this before, but it was like my wife was talking about how it bothers her so much that the women in Iran have to be covered up when that's not really a religious thing, but it was again a rape thing. They covered the women so nobody would know what they looked like and they wouldn't get raped.
Yeah.
And so, but she was so mad, and I said, "Well, Iran, the whole place." I go, because I don't think the whole place is like that. I don't think any whole place is like that.
Tehran looked like L.A. in the 70s.
It looks like it now still. That's the thing.
I mean,
and you can
we
get pictures of them
We
partying.
forget
Oh,
to
wow.
realize that like Iran is actually the most progressive state in the Middle East. They just have a crazy
Yes.
fucking leader.
That-
And on
and-
top of that, you know what else is legal in Iran? Sex changes. They're
Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
okay. They are so the government will
Yeah.
actually fund your sex change because they are so okay with you being male.
Where did we talk about with Pepe? Well, Pepe.
Oh,
Pepe.
Pepe. Yeah, Pepe.
Uruguay.
They'd rather you be transgender than be
Yeah.
homosexual, and they will pay for you to transition. And another thing, in the Weimar Republic funded I think it was called like the National Institute for Homosexual and Transgender Research. That may not have been the official name, but the doctor in charge was a queer Jew, and he was performing sex hormone therapy and sex reassignment surgeries as like early as like the late 20s or early 30s
yeah.
or something.
Well, see, that's the
Wow.
other thing people don't understand is the kind of medicine that's really been going on forever, and we're constantly thinking we're so evolved when we're not really. This stuff has been going on for so long. Our government's had these abilities to do all this stuff. Like, we know. You know, the sad thing for the world is we know there's a cure for cancers. We know
Yeah.
AIDS has a cure.
But there's more money in medicine and
we
keeping people
can't
sick.
get it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's not we
you know?
can't get it. Is that they won't allow us
Well, they
to
won't
get
give it to us.
Yeah, that's as
You
simple
know?
as that. And cancers did not exist until the last 60, 70 years. If you look at anybody that has died 100 years ago, they died from
Amoebic dysentery.
simple
weird shit,
shit.
Infections.
Yeah, stuff that they gave us cures now, but now because we live among chemicals, we do. Everything we eat and drink is. I'm drinking a chemical right now.
It almost seems like that they're counterbalancing our ability to live longer.
You're holding a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
So
It is.
you're holding chemicals right there. Everything has a chemical. The computer, chemicals, everything around us, and it's.
Don't leave that plastic bottle in your car.
No, you know what's funny? You know what's so funny is
fumes.
the other day, and I did a bit about it, and I made it at some fucking snobby bitch because I didn't want it to be me. But I'm sitting there dumping water into the gutter to get rid of the bottles.
Right.
And I'm thinking, my God, there are places in the world where people are drinking brown water.
Water out
I'm
of
dumping
there, yeah.
Fiji because it got a little warm. I mean, my God, what is wrong with this fucking world? You know, like, okay, the school where I teach, great school. Lunches, 50% of them get thrown on the ground and waste the food.
Yeah.
Surrounding the school, homeless people everywhere. Can't feed them, can't give
And
it to 'em.
doesn't like the city have some like dumb logic that they don't want to get sued if somebody gets sick?
Well, the
eating that
sad
food?
thing is, it came from being sued.
Ugh.
Some idiots sued them for being sick because the food wasn't right. And so restaurants and everything in the ordinance was that restaurants
Yeah.
can no longer give out food.
I have a friend who's starting a nonprofit. She has a nonprofit in the East Bay up north called Food Shift, and they basically go into restaurants all over Oakland and package meals together to give kids to bring home that can't afford it.
Yeah.
So they've worked with like small city governments to like make that possible.
But the problem is these kids,
Yeah.
when we say they can't afford it, what we're missing is they got a bag of chips in their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a soda and a bag of flaming hot fucking
You always love you said.
Cheetos.
It's
That's
true.
not
though.
even- Food.
I hate those motherfucking things. Any parent out there who's giving their kid flaming hot Cheetos or giving their kid money to get flaming hot Cheetos, please kill yourself.
Well,
You are such a detriment to your
As-
own
Kill
child.
yourself preferably by eating flaming
Hot Cheetos. It won't take long. It's a quick
Dude,
death.
if your shit is flaming hot red,
Yeah.
it's probably not.
3 bags and you're dead.
Thank you. If you eat something and you shit it out in color, it's wrong. And I mean, that was my thing with corn. Because I always thought, what the fuck is this thing made out of that I eat it and it comes back whole fucking corn?
well, corn's not meant to be edible anyways.
Right.
We're not.
Actual Indian corn is.
Indian corn, yes, but
Our
the
corn
the
we
corn
do-
we eat is not.
Our body doesn't dissolve it.
Our
That's
body
why when you
doesn't.
shit, there's
Yeah,
corn in your shit.
because your body.
Yeah.
it's just.
Yeah, I ate a penny.
It's bird food.
I ate a penny when I was 6. I never saw that penny again. That was copper. I mean, my God. I mean, we should be fucking piping shit with corn.
Yeah.
It's like the greatest thing ever, but we use it to eat. We fill our bodies with this shit that doesn't dissolve.
We should use corn as filler for dick pills.
And it will work actually too. I mean,
It would.
you save a lot
And
more money.
There was
It'll make your dick as hard as an ear of corn.
And there was a study. There was a study that I like just read about the other day that said Americans, like out of all these other countries, like suffer from the placebo effect the most. So you could just give guys pills.
Oh,
for corn.
it's so true.
and they
Well,
believe it.
I mean, my God, I don't. Okay, I gotta say this. Like, I'm 45. I would be okay with way less of a sex drive.
Yeah.
Like, I would. I was waiting to be this age to slow the fuck down. Like, to not be so goddamn horny all the time. I was like excited. Like, at some point, I'm not gonna always want to fuck, you know. And I'm waiting for it to happen. So I don't know why old dudes are taking Viagra. When my dick stops working, that means I'm gonna start
Bob
learning
Dole.
even more.
Bob
Shit.
Dole. He took Viagra and he became Bob Dole.
Oh, Bob Dole.
Bob
yeah.
Dole. He
Yeah.
became the spokesperson. So all the the World War II people just like, all
But
right.
that's insane because it's like that's your dick telling you to learn more about the world, to care more, to think more.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
simple of how your body works. Is just like your dick's gonna stop working after like in your 50s, 60s. You can still reproduce, but it's just not all there.
It's not true though.
Well, that reminds me, I gotta get new batteries. My dick's
Well, you know, funny enough, because I want to see if that's the next story I want to talk about, but I think it is. Because you're the perfect person to be here right now. Because my question is,
because I'm a lesbian.
yes. By the way, which I want both my daughters to be. I think I've told you that. You have no idea how serious I am about it, but more so is. Well, we were going to talk about something else, but I want to jump into this. Are women really lesbians? And the reason I say this is because, like, a gay man, to me, a gay man is only someone who sucks dick and gets fucked, and fucks and gets his dick sucked by men. That's a gay man to me. Anyone short of that, you're just horny. You know, you're the guy who fucks dudes and lets them suck their dick. That's not a homosexual to me. To me, that's somebody who's just really fucking horny and is cool with dudes or whoever, but you're not homosexual because you don't crave dick. You know, you don't crave a man, so to speak. And so when
Are you saying I'm a gay man?
I'm not saying. I'm saying you're possibly. Well, what it is, I feel like maybe you have more. I'm so looking for it.
so
You
looking
maybe
for
have
it.
more testosterone, say, than the average woman. Oh, thank you. And so, oh, that is my lighter. Huh? How did you end up with my lighter?
It was in my crotch.
Hell yeah. But
Gotta
no,
jump
so-
in this, Johnny.
And so I think like maybe like some women have more testosterone, so they like the. But I don't. I trip out on the whole in the sense of being a lesbian, that you wouldn't be okay if you met a dude. Well, you're bi though, right? Or are you lesbian? You're okay. So if you met a dude, because I've dated a lot of lesbians that were straight lesbian. They didn't date dudes, nothing. We hung out. We ended up connecting. For whatever reason, I have a stupid respect for lesbians in the sense of I just think, my God, you figured out guys are shit. And not in that sense. I don't think anyone's a lesbian because they don't like guys.
Right.
I just think
exactly like what makes a lesbian is that they love women. It actually has nothing to do with
nothing
the guy.
to do with guys. No,
Yeah.
no. But I'm saying like you kind of realize there's a fucking way better life out there than having some idiot trying to fuck you, and so including me in that group. No. I don't think. I never think it's like, oh, guys are shit. Them, not me. So let's date. No, guys are shit. Me too. I'm gonna try and get in your ass. No matter what, I'm gonna try and come on your face. I can't help it. It's who I am. I'm gonna do weird shit. Yeah, I'm gonna do weird shit. Well, no, but I'm saying,
being honest.
yeah. And so I know men are shit, but to me, it's like the whole lesbian thing. Like if you met a dude that just fucking you vibed with, right? Would you would you ever have sex with him? If you just so vibed and everything was so cool.
Okay, like I've tried because I'm the kind of woman, and I think that there are plenty of straight women that are like this too, where they just get along better with men. They're more of like they're more emotionally and like intellectually they jive better with men, and that's always been the case for me. Having a lot of male friends, and like I've had emotional connections, not romantic, but emotional connections with men, where it's like and I've tried to date one man in my adulthood in the last few years just because of that emotional connection, but the physical, sexual, romantic, attraction is just not there. And I couldn't do that, and I couldn't even fake it. I couldn't facilitate it in any way. The only time I ever had sex with men was for money, drugs, or
no fucking idea.
back when I was in the closet and I didn't want people to think I was gay. I mean, I went to an all-girls private Catholic school, and I was like, I didn't want any of my friends to know I was gay, so I fucked as many dudes as I could.
Meanwhile, 90% of them were,
My coaches.
Yeah. Well, see, but that, and that's what I say is like I question things, but I am absolutely not okay with gay rights, because simply this, there shouldn't be. It should be human rights. Period.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Period.
Amen.
Every right I have, everybody else here in this room, everybody of any color, any gender, anything, I don't give a fuck. Even if I don't agree with transgender being a cool thing, so to speak, it doesn't matter. They have every right I have.
I have issues with transgender, not the ism or people that are transgender, but like I had some gender identity issues as a very small child. I don't think it occurred to me that I was a girl until I was like 6. And I was like constantly cross-dressing, and it's really just
but you
an
weren't.
issue.
You were wearing comfortable clothes. I mean, honestly,
And I still do.
Yeah.
And but really for me it's just an issue of bioethics, like I fully support people that want to transition.
Yes, me
I'm
too.
very hesitant if a doctor thinks that it's a good idea to do so when that person is still undergoing hormonal imbalances during, like, I just think that there needs to be a time period where we're like responsible about it, because we know someone that just killed themselves because they were undergoing hormone therapy for their transition,
their mind.
and they were really young,
Yeah.
and they were also taking hormones in a not very supervised way, and that it led this
And it
person
led to
suicide.
death.
Look, if you're an adolescent or you're even a young adult, we know our brains don't stop developing until we're like what, 26, 27, 28.
Yeah.
I'm 28, and so if you're a young person under the age of 25 and you want to transition, as hard as that may be, being in a body that you don't feel fit in, your hormones and your brain chemistry is still changing and still subject to like rapid drastic change, and we want to fuck with that at that point, at that age.
Well, and isn't that even saying dick matters? I mean, like in that sense, like, why can't you be a a woman
Sounds like a new Twitter
who
movement.
does
Dick matters.
masculine things, why can't you be a woman who just does masculine things? It's okay. Why do you need a
that
dick?
kind of
Or why
brings
do you
me
need a
back
vagina?
to your original question. And for me, the issue of lesbianism versus gay men, not that I think this is what you're saying, but like I heard it kind of in your questioning, is like it all boils down to sexism for me and an underlying anti-feminism. We just don't place an importance on female sexuality and this idea that female sexuality can be independent, can exist independent of men.
Yeah.
We are so ready to say,
Yeah.
oh, you're
Can
a dude.
or mostly does.
You're a dude and you hooked
Yeah.
up with a guy in college,
Yeah.
you're gay. And that's
Yeah.
because we place an overemphasis in our society on masculinity.
Yeah.
We just simply don't value females enough to say, oh, wait, your sexuality matters. You like women? Fine, you must be a lesbian. Instead of being like, oh, you just haven't had the right dick yet, or you haven't met the right guy yet. You're not really a lesbian.
Or it's
You
like
don't
two
really know
girls
what you
kissing
want.
in college. Like, oh, that's
That
so
sounds
hot,
like a
man.
cheesy pickup line.
And
You haven't had
that's
the right
thing
dick
is
yet.
I
Yeah,
never
you'd be
think
surprised how many
a
times I've
woman.
heard it.
I never ever think a woman hasn't met the right guy, ever. I never think that dick is gonna change someone's mind because it's so ignorant. The only thing I think is, as human beings, we are sexually attracted to like-minded or if we're feminine, we're attracted to masculine. If we're masculine, we're attracted to feminine. In general, it doesn't work for everyone. But this is the thing: I could see if I married Talma, right? We'd hang out, But you know what I'm saying?
It's a good
I would
marriage.
never say a fucking word to him about him drinking.
Oh
He would
man.
never say a word to me about whatever I do, and we would just hang out and this and that, and it would be just wonderful marriage. But neither of us really want to fuck each other.
Well, that's most marriages.
But what?
Wow.
And but what I'm saying is, so I get how we could totally mesh and be married. It's just that I think there's that certain thing, and with the transgender thing, what I mean is you're having a penis doesn't make you a man. Your DNA says woman, so you're a woman.
It's not a penis, though.
Right. Well, that too.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
They're not
it's a weird
penises.
stringy thing.
Yeah, and it's not a vagina. It's not a penis.
I'm pretty sure China or some Asian countries coming up a way. To
No, you know what? I talked
they've
to.
done dick transplants.
I know a guy who does it.
they do.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
actually know a guy who does it, and that's his expression from him is that it's not a penis.
Yeah.
I build them. They're not penises. They're not vaginas. I know what vaginas are. They're not.
They're a hole that was cut in.
No, it's a
They're
penis.
a
Yeah,
penis
like.
that was put in, and your DNA still says man. Your DNA still.
Well,
says
because the
woman.
vaginas try to close up
Yeah.
still, like
Yeah,
like
like
they
a
still
sword.
do.
Yeah, I have a friend
You have to wear a plug.
who transitioned from male to female, and for months she had to use these different size things that look like dildos to
Yeah.
keep expanding the skin
plug.
That's
to
the thing.
make.
And so
Yeah.
it's not
the vagina.
It naturally
It's
should
like
be.
having gauges in your ears, man. You gotta
Yeah.
have these things for forever.
Yeah.
They don't close up.
Yeah, in a sense, and so you almost have to do it the same way. You go size to size, and and
That's
it's
how
just
you do
and-
Yeah,
ass
every month
training,
she had a
you
different
know.
size.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
gauging my
That's how you do
my
ass
soon-to-be
training.
girlfriend's vagina. Every time we sleep together, I use a slightly bigger dildo. So I'm just, I'm gauging it. I'm gauging her.
You're gauging your vagina.
That's absolutely true. That is-
Do you use a strap on or a dildo?
Strap on.
Actually,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so glad I get to talk about it.
No, please.
I just got a strapless dildo.
A strap.
So
It's
it
strapless.
goes. There's
Yeah.
a bulb that goes in me.
Wait, go ahead.
I have a strapless
Yeah.
dildo, so there's a bulb that goes in me, and then it looks like this. Like this is the bulb, it goes in me, and this is the shaft. So it's totally strapless, and it's fucking weird when I wear it, you guys, because they were out of purple. I got it on Amazon. They were out of purple. They were out of
I love
pink.
it.
They were out of green. It's flesh colored. So when I wear it, well, first of all, my first thought when I got it was okay, I need a tan a little bit.
So you match
It's
it.
a little bit darker, than my natural skin tone. But it's scary because when it's on, it looks like I have a dick.
So what is it like though? Because
Is it made of silicone?
love,
Yeah,
I
made of silicone.
love having sex with women. Now, I like my wife. I love having sex with my wife. I would never cheat on her because I really is the first woman in my life, and I've slept with hundreds of women that I've ever really enjoyed sex with, and so I wouldn't cheat. But what's it like that? Is all the emotion still there?
Oh, dude. Well, I had to explain to someone the lesbian joke recently. The one about U-Hauls. And it's like, what does a lesbian bring to a second date? A U-Haul. It's because and it's not just a stereotype, it's a statistic. Like, to put two women in a room together, they're going to forge a heavy emotional connection very quickly. And so the U-Haul joke is in reference to, like, this idea that lesbians move in together very, very quickly.
Okay.
Hence, second date. Do you guys know what gay guys bring to a second date? What's second date? Yeah, they fuck and then they leave out of the door.
That's what I'm saying, though. The gay dudes are no different than every other dude.
Exactly.
You are no different, and this is the thing: is to me the more feminine dudes, like you're homosexual. The other dudes, you're just sexual. You're just sexual. That's all it is. You're not homosexual because you'd probably fuck any hole in front of you. You're just horny as fuck, and that's the thing. And so that's what I say with like, I joke about that I have 2 daughters and a son, and I want none of them dating men, but I don't want my son to be gay. If he is, who cares? I absolutely don't care. I don't want it for him because men are shit to begin with. Men are just, it's like this. I was having a conversation with someone about why I want my daughters to be lesbians, because I think it's a better life for women. And as I'm having this conversation, 2 lesbians start fighting like guys. And I'm like, fuck, are you serious? Like 2 chola lesbians just start
Those are the best.
calling her a whore, calling her a cunt.
There goes
Was this at UBG or Liquid Zoo? Which Valley Bar was this?
For me, though, that's 1%. With guys, that's
much
50,
greater.
60%.
Yeah.
And so the odds are my kids that have better lives all dating women. And I just feel like lesbian women do have better lives. Like, even with my wife, as much as I want her to be free and do whatever she wants, can I really offer that as a man? Can I really give her so much that I'm never going to be like, oh, why the fuck do you smell different? What the fuck is that? Why when I kissed you did I think I tasted dick? I don't know what it tastes like, but I'm sure that was it. And so with all these things, and so I just think, like, a lot of women, it's a better way of life, but I have a weirdness with the whole, I don't like guys, although I believe some women are truly so masculine. They're really into femininity.
Yeah, but that's assuming that, like, lesbians don't have wild parties. I mean, I grew up lesbian, True. And I've dated a lesbian, and I've had a couple girlfriends turn lesbian. No, I mean, it is. So, like, I grew up with...
Isn't your mom gay?
Yeah, I grew up with
gay.
lesbian
Yeah,
mothers. I'm the oldest lesbian boy of the coven. And it is a coven. Shh, we're not supposed to talk about it.
Right?
Come on. But it's
really just 6 different points
I dated,
of pussy.
I had a... But I'm very used to... I was very used to lesbians. And I had a friend. I had a little buddy who was like a great little buddy. We were great buddies. She was butch as hell. She played lacrosse at her East Coast boarding school.
That doesn't mean you're butch.
And, but wait, hold on, no, because you said you tried, like you slept with guys like.
It's hot. I'm sorry.
Well, but
every single teammate I ever had in high school, college, growing up, so I played collegiate lacrosse.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Are you from the East Coast?
Fucking, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tallest girls you've ever seen.
Oh,
Ma-
yeah.
Yeah, Maryland
Yeah.
or Connecticut,
Oh my
where I'm
God.
from. Everybody
Athletic
plays
So
lacrosse.
super butchy little best friend. And one night we're drunk, and just all of a sudden she has a craving for some cock, And it was weird. Like I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I
say like
felt
that?
Like, well, the next day I did. I had this like questions. I'm like, was that gay? Was this a little gay? Because I'm really not gay. Like, I don't like like
Sex
I'm
with a
really a
woman
lesbian.
can't
Like,
really be gay,
I don't
John.
even need to get off.
Doesn't even
No,
matter.
but
It doesn't
it's
even
like-
matter if it was
It's-
Chaz
but
Bono.
this is the
It's still a
conclusion I had to
woman.
come up
Yeah.
with, because she had abs and a better body than any, like, it never been,
Even if
like,
you licked Chaz Bono's balls,
Yeah.
it wouldn't even be gay. It's still a woman.
That's kind of gay though in
Yeah.
intent. It's more about
Nah,
intent
it's-
than
you're just trying to
actual.
get in the old hole.
I mean, because
It's-
you're just saying with the guys who'll sleep with who are just horny.
Yeah.
It's more about intent. They're just trying to get off. They're not trying to make
Yeah.
love to a cock or balls or whatever. But it's all in your intent. If you're just trying to get off, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I think. But
Like, a
I
lot
just
of
think
people
that
are
even
sexual.
like the fiercest left, on the fiercest ends and extremes of the spectrum, you're still able. There's still like this weirdness because sexuality is weird. We do some
Sexuality
crazy
is
shit.
weird. This is how weird it is. I've had male friends, male heterosexual friends that may or may not have been attracted to me, probably a little bit, literally come up to me and been like, "You're a lesbian. How would you feel about fucking me in the ass?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I've fucked 3 of my guy friends in the
Pagan.
ass just because they wanted to know what it was like to be fucked in the ass.
Were
But
they
if
were they
were to let a
comedians?
guy do it, they thought it would be gay. But since I was a lesbian, they figured A, she's probably game to fuck me, and B, it's a girl, so how gay can it make me feel?
Way gayer than fucking a guy.
That's
Way gayer than fucking a guy. You know
It's like
why?
the biggest loophole I've
Well, you
ever.
know-
yeah, it's a
You
loophole.
know what
That's
it
a
is?
loophole.
No,
You know what it
really.
is? And I don't
Wait,
want
wait.
to talk. I'm not talking about just Whitney Cummings' career. What I'm saying is that is so much gayer than fucking a dude. And I'll tell you why. For several reasons. One, you are such a bitch for not just being man enough to fuck a dude.
True.
Because that's the thing. That's what you want to do. You want a real dick in you. Do it. Just do it.
'Cause you're
Don't-
afraid how you're gonna be judged by
Don't
other
put
people.
women in a position to put on a dick and fuck you.
Yeah.
Because you got issues, and that's the thing. Just get there's this whole model called guy that got a dick on him already, and that's what you want. And just go do that, and that's the thing. It's
Well,
like
because that's
what
a
Grindr's
dominance
for.
thing.
Yeah,
If
be
it's
cool
more,
like Jeff Garland. Have
So
boys
hold on,
fuck
in
you.
defense of ass play, like if there is a case for like deep penetration for really deep prostate orgasms, like
Yeah, I'm good
yeah,
with the
I'm telling
old-fashioned
you, those
orgasm.
things are
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Just saying, it's
My
like
wife
the
used to
super
fuck guys in the
orgasm.
ass.
It's like women just explain, like they never had a real orgasm until they were in college or whatever. It's like real, like one of those. It's like it's an insane thing. Like a couple fingers up your ass on the prostate, right, in the right way.
You're
a
wrong.
good
Yeah.
blow, like
Yeah.
a girl who loves
No.
to suck
No.
dick.
No.
It's an amazing
No.
thing.
No, no.
And
You
it's
don't touch
not
my
gay
asshole. You don't
because
ever
it's
touch
a girl.
I have a man's
It's- I
asshole.
still thought it
No.
I have
was
a
gayer.
man's asshole,
me
Johnny.
fucking
You
a
don't ever
girl with a
touch
boy's
my
body
asshole.
I
than
You
having
can get
a hot,
electrocuted
sexy,
touching my
very
ass.
feminine woman.
we talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm into ass eating and all
Yeah,
that kind of
Ryan
stuff.
will,
Yeah.
I mean,
Ryan will
you know.
eat an ass like a Chinese buffet, but,
But-
he is never serving up his own ass.
But
'cause he knows
no,
he's gonna get
it's
mad.
it's just chock full of
You
PBR
gotta
and
get
Yeah,
waxed.
that's right
it's
about
bad.
the asshole.
do
Don't-
some
don't
things
touch my
before.
ass.
My wife knows the crack is off limits.
Yeah.
you could caress butt cheek. You get near the crack, I'll snap your fucking
I,
fingers.
I had,
yeah,
It's good that you eat ass, Telmo. It's a great thing for women because they've realized that the same nerve endings that are in the sphincter in the anus connect directly to the clitoris.
Really?
no that
damn it.
I'm surprised people didn't know he
gotta
ate
eat
ass. I
ass
mean,
now?
it's all in his
you
goatee.
do.
Oh, yeah, the ass
if there was
is
ever an
great.
ass I was gonna eat, if there was ever an ass I would
Yeah.
eat, my wife's ass is the ass I would eat. And I haven't, but I might now.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you this is I've been with a lot of women. Some have orgasms all the time, some don't. I don't get caught up in it in the simple fact of this. Like this. I'm not one of those guys that ever wants you to fake it. I'm totally cool if you didn't come. I did. Like, I'm okay. I'm not mad at you. I don't feel less of a man.
Yeah.
Not every woman comes from intercourse. Now, I could go down on a woman and
All
generally
right,
make
Johnny's back.
less than like 20% of women's orgasms are from penetration.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not penetration that gives women orgasms.
Which
on
is-
the vast part.
my ex-wife, the
know
second
this
time we
because
had
I'm lesbian.
sex, was on a
but,
kitchen counter.
You know,
She came like crazy. That was the one time in our marriage she came from intercourse. Other than that, I just go down on her. I suck on her clit. She comes. Then we fuck. Cool. She came. We fuck. My wife
Yeah.
now, she gets herself off way more than I ever could. And my wife used to mostly date women. She worked in a dungeon, so she used to fuck men in the ass, things like that. And I don't really care because I don't care what someone's past is. I don't ever judge somebody.
No, you need to learn fisting is the thing.
Fisting is.
I don't do
learn
that.
how to put your hand
that's
in a
not me,
vagina,
though.
you'll understand.
Yeah,
what-
see, that's not me. I don't
How
wanna
did
fist
fisting
nobody.
get involved?
I don't want to ball gag nobody.
John knows a lot
I
about
want
this.
Nothing.
No thanks.
I don't ever want to
Especially the
have
anal
sex
nerve
with a
endings for
woman
guys.
where I have to degrade her.
Just kidding.
Now, rough, I love.
Rough is fun.
Degrading, I'm not okay with.
The problem with me right now is because I drink a lot and then I get to have sex, and so I get to the point where I get really tired.
Yes.
And I'm like, I gotta come, and like I can't come inside of her because I just can't, and so I just pull out like I just can't come on tits, and she's like, yeah, you can do that, and I just come on tits and I fall asleep.
Oh,
Why did I sing that? Why did I say that?
This is why what you just described is why the Neanderthal didn't
Live.
surpass
that's the
Cro-Magnon.
other
Too busy
thing.
coming on tits.
That's the thing.
Oh.
I will say this.
Oh,
I'll say
God
this. First
damn
of
it,
all,
Powers.
That whole coming on their face. That
I
could
don't
be a
come on
disaster.
face. I don't come on
That's a
face.
Disaster.
Just
Well, is it because it's really good for the skin?
Yeah, no, it
apparently.
is.
Lots of
I
Here's
just
the
I just do
disaster.
tits and
There's
I
no aim.
shake a
I
little
don't
and
have a scope on my dick, and when you hit him in the eye, it burns. And when my wife, I did it to her one time, joking, really, we were playing around, having sex, and I came on her face, and I hit her right in the fucking eye, and it just burned so bad, and it was tragic.
It's like human pepper spray.
Yeah. She
like-
literally, like she was trying to rape me. She was screaming on the ground.
Jesus, I can't imagine. Did you guys know that women's pussy juice is so acidic? It's natural spermicide. It's meant to kill sperm.
But not only that, it
Yeah.
gives you blackheads. If you eat a lot of pussy, not blackheads, they're little, the little pimples here from
Yeah.
the acid in it.
Why do you think my chin's so fucked up?
I thought I smelled a familiar scent, but that's not the.
Right, dries out your skin, then you overproduce oil, and then you have the
Isn't that crazy though?
yeah.
Isn't that crazy though? Women's pussy will kill your skin, but men's cum would make you young as fuck.
well, it's full of protein.
Yeah.
And so it's just
you know what I do? I don't cheat on my wife ever, but I do come on women's face for money.
so
No, I'm
basically vagina
At the
juice,
farmer's market, just rubbing it out.
pussy
Organic,
juice, vagina
bitch.
juice
You know that if you
is
put
this
that shit
acid.
in a mason jar and sell it at a farmer's market in
citric
Hollywood,
acid.
people pay like $30
You know,
for
people
that.
were buying it
It's like a lemon.
for a while.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
they
called
were
Beautiful
buying
Skin
it.
by Burger.
Well, dude,
Makes
I
sense.
mean, you guys know that in the foundation.
Burger Balm, just call it
You know
that.
what's in foundation, right?
Burger bomb.
No. Do you know what's in foundation?
What?
Semen?
No.
What?
Fucking circumcised penis skin.
Wait, what is?
The,
What is?
the fucking moils sell it all off to
Wait.
the makeup companies?
Did you hear about the moil in New York?
Yes, that was sucking the penis.
Well, because
I'm cool right now.
There's this like and they were like not even Hasids.
now?
They
Yeah.
weren't even Hasidic.
Yeah.
It was like a super. It was like the Opus Dei of fucking
Yeah,
Hasidics.
they called them pedophilically acidic.
The moil. So they do everything custom, everything ritualistic
Yeah.
and ceremonial.
For a
They do
bris.
it in the way that they did in ancient times, and that includes the moil performing circumcisions orally. And this moil, this rabbi, fucking spread. He had oral herpes. And spread herpes to all these little Jewish babies getting circumcised.
What a dick.
Are you?
So now,
Totally.
now a bunch of young Jews don't have great grandmothers and herpes.
Where was this at? Where this happen?
That was a Holocaust joke.
In New York?
You only half got it.
I know.
Of course,
I
it's
got it a little
all the
late.
Jews are in Brooklyn, anyways. So, yeah. You're Jewish, right, Johnny?
He just looked at. He's like,
Johnny's Jewish.
Going back to Judaism, man, like I have just as much of a problem with fucking Orthodox, like Hasidic Jews, as I do with fundamentalist Christians.
oh yeah.
man.
Oh,
Voice,
God.
you gotta
yeah.
boy a level.
Hey,
You
you
gotta.
know what?
Super
though?
anti-woman.
Wear your tassels and wear your stupid little fucking.
I live among
robe
them. In
and
Tar-
do all that with a fucking with a
Israel-
fucking cell phone and Nikes on. Go kill yourself.
Israel is so
It's very
fucked up
hypocritical.
because
Yeah.
what, like 30 or 40% of the Israeli population is like straight up super Orthodox
Yeah.
Hasidic. And so these are the people that are like, driving this really conservative politics
Fakes.
in Israel. but then they're having 10 kids that don't want any of them to serve in the military.
Yeah.
Like everyone else.
They
does.
buy them out.
Dude,
they
there's
buy them
nothing,
out.
There's nothing hotter than an Israeli girl with her nails done, makeup all did,
up.
tapping on her
up.
iPhone, carrying around a fucking
up.
M16.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So hot.
You have no idea.
Love that.
You have
shit.
no.
Tel Aviv, baby.
See, I live among the Orthodox Jews because they're all in Tarzana. I have Russian Orthodox Jews.
Russian ones are
The way
pale
you
and
said
pasty.
that-
Yeah, they are,
Like
but
you
I
said,
live with
no,
so
Russian
many of them.
ones look
I
like
live
they still
amongst
haven't survived
them.
the Holocaust.
they
Yeah.
really don't.
They look sickly.
They're dying.
Yeah, no, she's talking about Israelis.
Not
Israeli
the
women are
Russian
dark-skinned.
Orthodox. I got the Russian
Yeah, a lot of
Orthodox.
These are
Israeli
different
women
than
are
the like Russian
dark-skinned.
Ashkenazi Jews. It's like a whole different.
They
breed
got
over
the
there.
arm muscle. They got the shoulders.
Oh Jesus!
They're sick. They're just
Two
so
of you
hot.
losing your shit right now.
It kind of reminds me, man. I'm a little disappointed with the casting of. I mean, we haven't seen the movie yet. We don't know how Gal Gadot is going to do as Wonder Woman. But out of all the Israeli models they could have cast in that part, you tell me they couldn't find a single Israeli model that had deltoids like wall
Thank
to
you.
wall.
They have a
Yeah.
Jew
This is
doing.
Wonder Woman,
They're
man.
using a
She's
Jew as
badass.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second. hold
Yeah.
on. First of all, Wonder Woman's an Amazonian,
Yeah.
and
like 6
Wonder
feet
Woman doesn't have a fucking credit card.
Yeah.
Are we being serious? We really got a Jewish Wonder Woman?
We have a Jewish
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Oh my God, she's guilting people.
An Israeli.
Yeah,
An
she's
Israeli.
guilting. She's like, what do you want to do that for? You think that's gonna make your mother proud?
Tom, I'll take one now.
You think crime is
Yeah,
okay?
about time.
You know, but I mean, that's insane. You know what's funny though? Right now in California, you know that they legalized or killing yourself.
Yeah,
you can kill
it
yourself.
just happened. Like a
Yeah,
couple
you can
weeks
kill
ago.
yourself. Jerry Brown just signed it. You can kill yourself. Now, if you got a terminally ill disease and you want to try out
No,
different
good. I got
medication and different ways of curing it, fuck that.
Well, and that's the other thing. Back to the FDA we were talking about.
Yeah.
ALS is a disease that, according to the FDA, people die from so quickly. So they're not allowing for these experimental medicines and treatments that could be potentially life-saving. Why? Because people die from ALS
Yeah.
too quickly.
Yeah. And the risk of the drug. Now, these people are terminally ill. Terminally means they're going to die.
Yeah.
So if the drug kills them,
What's the difference?
right? And so we're keeping these drugs, these possible cures from people. But if you just want to kill yourself, cool. And I'm not only for euthanasia, I'm for mandatory fucking murders. But that's not the point. It's you're allowing people to kill themselves, but you're not allowing them to try experimental stuff
Yeah.
to cure it.
That is kind of like just makes
Population
sense.
control?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Little
it's
bit.
like it's like the weirdest form of population control while also maintaining a population that will buy all your fucking drugs.
Yeah. Well, what it
I
is-
don't like
Let
this
the
world.
crazy people kill
Yeah.
themselves, and then let's just try and keep everybody alive a little longer and a little broker and under our control.
Yes. Yeah, as long as the money they make off of these pills that these people take
Yeah.
is insane. And with all the people on Medi-Cal and Medicare, they're charged full price.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the insurance company, the state of California, our taxes are paying full price on these drugs. The drug companies are making a fortune, but people aren't paying. They don't think. They don't think they're paying, but they pay every day.
Yeah.
They pay every day with everything they buy. They pay every day with every tax they pay. And we think like, oh, Medicare, Medi-Cal, welfare, it's taking care of people. But it's our money. And it's going to keep people somewhat alive, to keep people somewhat going, but not to cure anything. And we've basically outlawed any possible cure.
This is the craziest thing I've learned about the FDA, talking about homeopathic talking about homeopathic treatments and cures, potential cures even. Vitamin C. Okay?
Yeah.
The FDA's recommended dosage for a 165-pound male for vitamin C is 75 milligrams.
Yeah.
We're one of the only mammals, if not the only, that doesn't produce our own vitamin C. I think we're supposed to in our liver, but we don't because of like a broken gene. Okay? A 165-pound goat produces like 11 or 12 grams of its own vitamin C a day, and yet the FDA's recommended daily dosage is 75 milligrams.
Yeah.
we're all walking around with low-level scurvy. And what does low-level scurvy, vitamin C deficiency look like? Depression, fatigue, a general feelingness of being unwell. That sounds like every goddamn American I know.
Well, yeah.
Just saying.
And
well,
then what do you do
Dr. Pauling,
instead?
he would
Yeah.
take whatever college, right? Dr. Pauling would, who was the guy who discovered vitamin C, he would do 20,000, like 20,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day, like 20 grams. Just eat
Oh, yeah.
packs and packs of the little vitamin C tablets, like a madman. But he lived till he was 92 years old, and he was an old school chemist who like spent his life standing over mercury.
Yeah.
So that's kind of superpowered because he should have been dead at 60.
Yeah.
I mean, they all died at 60, those
Yeah.
guys, because they
Well,
were
we
like
don't realize-
huffing formaldehyde.
We don't realize
Right.
we have every cure naturally in front of us.
Absolutely.
Turmeric being one of the greatest cures.
It's really
of
good
all
for
time.
anti-inflammatory. stuff.
Anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer.
It's a spice too, right?
So many things.
Yeah.
Spice.
It looks
Okay.
like
Well,
a ginger root,
well,
but
let's
it's yellow.
be honest, it tastes
Yeah.
like dirt.
You can actually mix it with
But-
a couple of things.
But there's certain things like cayenne, lemon.
Yeah.
Right.
Lemon balances your pH.
Yep.
Cayenne is an anti-inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Turmeric works as an
This
anti-inflammatory.
is what we're going to
and
do.
cancer.
We're going to take turmeric, cayenne, and semen, and we're going to market
Put it on our
as a
face.
fucking facial cream.
I said no. What
Burger
did I call
bombs.
it? I called it
Burgers.
burger bomb
Burger-
before. We'll put it in
burger
Mason
bomb.
Ladies
bar.
and gentlemen,
Bombs.
we have a new product
It'll be a
called
rival
Burger
to
Bomb.
Bomb.
It's where I come over to your
Towel bomb
house.
gets you fucked
I
up.
shoot loads on your face.
Congratulations, Burger. You just got sued by the FDA.
Hey, you know what? If I could show up randomly at people's houses and come on their face and get paid, and
You
my
know.
wife, when I get home, my wife is like, "Fuck yeah!"
You know, it's all in the marketing. You could
Yeah.
sell that
I
shit,
can-
and people in the hills would buy
Oh.
that. In
Well, you know
a-
what it is? I'm 45 years old. My sperm is good. Like,
You have good sperm?
I mean, I'm 45 years old. Look at other 45-year-old guys.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
bald and fucking horrible shit.
It's that white trash gene somehow you got.
The white
you know
trash
what?
Jew.
I never thought of it that way, but you're so right. It's that anger in your gut that dissolves every bit of food there is. I have an acid going on in my stomach that no matter what I eat,
Very strong
no matter what
immune
I do,
system
yeah,
in
it
there.
just destroys it. And it's like my wife said, like, you should have so many more fucking wrinkles than you do. And I'm like, I love every wrinkle I have. Like,
Yeah,
I
you look
love my
good for
wrinkles.
your age. You really
But-
do.
You really do.
You know, and the fact is, I literally purposely, like, if you look at me, it's almost to make me look more homeless and older. And if I shave, like, before I grew my hair out, when I had short hair, I would get carded for cigarettes still. And it was fucking annoying at a point. I was 30-something years, almost 40 years old. I'm getting carded for cigarettes and things. I appreciated, I guess, but it would just get annoying. And so I think that there's people in this world who genetically age differently. I think there's people who genetically do everything differently. And once we accept that, we realize that we are all different. The one thing that makes us equal is we are all human.
Yeah.
Where Talmo's more Neanderthal.
God damn it. Why? I thought we were human.
You have a lot of African in you, but you're so white. Yeah, the hair. You have no African. No. You know what I'm saying though. We're all different. And
65, by the way.
yeah, that's it. Well, you know about the hemoglobin, right? Okay, so it's been proven 100% that the hemoglobin in black or African people, especially African people, like
sub-Saharan
truly
descent.
sub-Saharan African people,
That melanin.
it literally, the hemoglobin in the blood, you can take the blood, like somebody like you're very African, okay? But you have a lot of island to you. But the African part, you could take your blood and you spin the blood. You pull out the hemoglobins. And like Angelina Jolie with her amazing adoptions of all African kids, or a lot of African kids. You take the blood, you separate it, you take the hemoglobin, you put it on your face, and it literally, and you transfuse the blood. It literally makes you younger. The joke about black don't crack
Doesn't Kim
is real.
Kardashian
The,
just do that shit?
Yeah.
and post it on
hemoglobin is
Instagram?
what makes
Yeah.
the blood clot, right?
The hemoglobin
It's got elasticity
is what,
to it, right?
Elasticity
Yeah.
is the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
To make it clot.
Yeah,
How old are you? How old are you?
27.
Okay, so you look your age. You're not good.
Yeah, you're good.
No,
great.
I'm kidding. But you know what I'm saying? When you're 45, you're gonna look the same fucking age.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not gonna
stop.
age.
Like for the next 20
Yeah,
years,
you're
you're gonna look
done.
the same. You're good.
You're gonna look like this for 20 years.
Johnny's 22. You know that, right?
Yeah, Johnny, Johnny, he really is. That's fucking real white trash. No, but you know what it is? That's what I say is the hemoglobin in the African blood is different, and when they joke about black don't crack, that's why. And so when black people break out a lot when they're young and get the huge craters, it's because their skin's very oily. In the end, it means when they grow up, they're gonna look way younger than they are. So all these young little kids with
the oil
Dude,
acne.
that's interesting. 'Cause I had like the worst skin.
Yeah,
I
and
had
you
the
have
worst
great
skin. Whatever. It's
No,
it's kind of fucked today.
I'll tell you, you're really fucking sexy, and I don't hit on anyone. And Ryan, I'll tell you, I don't mean it as a hit on. You're like really fucking sexy. You got a great look. You got great skin. You got a great whole form to you.
I appreciate it, but I had fucked up skin as a kid, and my skin was super oily, and I started breaking out like in early middle school
Yeah.
before everyone else did.
Yeah.
But by the time I was graduating high school, that's when mine was like
That's
dying
when you
down,
start hitting hot as fuck.
dying
Right.
down, and that's
Yeah.
when everyone else's skin was like getting
Breaking
fucked.
out.
Yeah.
And I
wrinkling up.
naturally my skin just naturally cleared up by the time I was like 20.
How old are you right
21,
now?
28.
Yeah.
But I mean, I look like shit today, and I
No,
honestly, I had
no.
no idea we were videoing, so I'm
No,
not wearing
no,
like any
but you
makeup.
know what?
But I mean, I still get casting calls for parts of
Let me-
23,
let me tell
24
you,
year olds.
You could be 18.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly.
I still get carded for
Yeah,
cigarettes
you
every
know,
day.
I mean, if you take this into consideration, I'm married, I'm old, I got kids, I'm not hitting on you, you're a lesbian. You take everything into consideration. You're one of those people that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
And
Like
and,
an Israeli.
But no, you know what? But so many young girls that are freaking out about their skin. They're freaking
nothing
out
they can
about
do
this.
about it.
And you know what it is? They don't realize
It's genetics.
that your acne and stuff is that your skin is oily,
Yeah.
That's a
which
good
means
thing.
you're going to look young
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you're gonna put up with 2 to 3 years of fucking acne.
Dude, I'm gonna
Actually, it's more than that.
I'm gonna remember to tell it to my daughter because you know, like when I have kids, if they have fucked up skin early on, like I did, I'm gonna
means
be
they're
like,
gonna age
look.
very well.
You have
I'm
to
gonna,
tell
I'm
them.
gonna be like, look
Yeah.
at me. No, look at
Yeah.
me.
No,
You know what? That's
you.
you know what's so funny though is because I had a friend of mine, Junior, who had acne, right? And we would joke with him, "Hey, look at you got horrible acne." He goes, "Yeah, they're my friends." How the fuck do you argue with that? He didn't give a shit.
yeah.
That dude banged all the time. That dude always was
With
a girl.
acne?
With acne.
Damn.
Horrible. Junior Rodriguez.
Damn.
This is the dude who taught me about life, everything, which probably wasn't.
Dude,
the right
I-
person, but,
I-
you know, but I didn't have a father growing. You know, and
I had
things like that.
skyscrapers on
But
my
you know
head,
what?
on my
So
face
he
as a
no,
kid.
this dude had horrible acne, all this stuff, banged all the time, all this shit, and he didn't give a shit about his acne. Then you get people. My wife was insane about her acne until she met me, and I, sweetie, relax. Nobody gives a fuck about a couple. You're 6 feet tall. You're gorgeous. You got a couple pimples. Who the fuck cares?
It's the worst
Like,
word,
I don't
too.
give a shit. I wouldn't
I
care
hate
if
that
your
word.
head was on fire.
I hate that word.
Like, you're so goddamn hot. It wouldn't matter if your head was on fire. I would love you. You know, like, why do you get caught up in a couple pimples?
Well,
or acne?
growing up, because I'm Alex and I guess we're going down the same road. Because I had I had a lot of pimples growing up. I had them all, zits, what they call them. My mom bought me oxy pads.
Yeah.
Weekly, and I remember it's just like rubbing acid on your
Yeah.
face
And they say
every
like, if
morning.
You do it too much, it actually stimulates more oil production.
Yes,
Yes.
it doesn't help
You're
at
not
all,
supposed to do it
and it's
all.
like burns, and you're just like going to school, and you just feel like shit. Or you put clear salt, and you rub this weird cream
it's
over a
actually not-
whitehead.
You feel like everyone's looking at you.
I use oil-free moisturizers
Yeah.
and alcohol-free toner.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? You know what's
Nothing
so funny
based on my
though?
face.
You were so worried, but you know what? That was it.
That's your
and
weekly
it worked.
face mask.
That's why she looks like the way she does. So I'll
like,
come
"That's
on
my
your
weekly
face.
spa
But
treatment."
you know what it is? Like you went to school all caught up in bullshit. You were dealing with the same thing, caught up in bullshit about.
Well, I was teased too.
But you know what? But yes. But you know why? You know what's funny is because everyone's an idiot.
Or
And
innately
so-
they know
Well,
their
it's-
kids
it's-
look
yeah,
like
again,
shit
it's-
or older.
Well, and so they would tease you in this, and you bought into it, and you guys went
Well,
down that road. But
yeah.
meanwhile, there were a million girls who wanted to have sex with you. There were a million guys
No.
who wanted, girls, whatever.
No,
who wanted to have sex. No, but you know what?
Not a million.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. Is I grew up so insecure my whole life. My sister used to call me SFUWB, short, fat, ugly, redhead, wetbed. And literally like destroyed my confidence. I grew up my whole life thinking I was ugly. Then me and my sister watched Deep Throat.
Classic.
Yes, well we watched it
Yeah.
when it came out.
With Lovelace.
John Holmes.
Yeah.
Fuck her. John Holmes.
John Holmes is a great
because
cock.
this is the thing.
He does.
No, but here's the thing. So the first dick I ever see is 12 fucking inches. So right away, I'm just like, oh my God, my dick isn't shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is horrible. I hate
That was
my
your
dick.
barometer for dick size.
And yes, then my second barometer was some black dude, JR, who was at the gym, who would always undress in front of everyone and had a dick to his knees. So, oh my
sounds like a
God.
black dude in the
So
gym right there.
everybody in the world has this ridiculous sized dick, except me. I have this horrible fucking stupid 8-inch dick, which sucks in the world and is a joke. It's a
I
belly
like how he
button.
dropped the measurements there. He's
It's
like,
a-
let me drop
well,
the measurements
But this
on
is
this
the
one.
beauty of it.
like-
This is why it's important. Because to me, girls would be like, you got a big dick. I'd be like, bitch, you lie. Like, every bitch lies because my mom was a slut whore. And so every girl lies. Every girl's
Wow.
a liar. So when girls would be like, you got a big dick? No, you're a liar.
Yeah.
And so I grew up with all this horribleness in my life. And then it finally hit me. Like, all these girls would buy me shit. They would get shit for me and this and that. And it's like, oh my God. Wait, I'm not this hideous monster that someone told me I was, my sister. And I'm not this like tiny dick dude who's horrible. It's still to this day. I look at my dick and I'm like, I hate you next to my thighs. Like, you look stupid. You look like you're trying to be a thigh. Like you're horrible. You're a failure of a
My
dick.
third
Yeah,
thigh.
like my third thigh that's anorexic and pathetic. And so you get caught up in this in life. And so same thing with acne, with anything, with weight. So many men and women are
But-
caught up because they're chunky.
Burger, you gotta talk about that on stage. Like, I don't even have a dick. Okay, I have a third thigh that's anorexic and
That's
pathetic.
That's
horrible.
great.
I hate my dick. No, I
Great.
do. I talk about. Well, you know what it is, because it took me so long before I realized. Oh my God! Because what I found out, like in porn, they use what's called a fisheye lens.
Yeah.
Yep.
The fisheye
Oh yeah,
lens
like makes it
makes
bigger.
a 5-inch dick look 10 inches.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's just like it makes
I
like, a
hope
small
they
chick look
all
really
get
thick.
AIDS
Right.
and die.
There's not
I
a lot of
hope
big cocks there.
everybody who's ever connected a fisheye lens to a porno film, I hope they get AIDS and die, because they made my life miserable.
Some of them probably have
Which
already.
they probably will if they're in
I
the
hope
porn
they
industry.
do, because they made my life miserable. Because then I found out that the average dick size in porn is 6 inches.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my God. And then you start realizing it's like, like with Day, okay? Like, your life's got to be hell. Because if you don't show up with a 12-inch dick, you're a failure. You know what I'm saying, though? But no, it's so true. Like, people are like, oh, black dudes got big dicks. No. Southern black dudes who are 5'9" to 6'1", that are thin and lanky, they have big dicks because of genetics. Africans, in general, don't. And people don't get that. The whole big dick thing came from, like, white Germans and Africans, or white Germans and blacks, Southern blacks have big dicks, is purely genetics. It was breeding.
Yeah. It's all
And
it's
so,
all breed. Yeah.
And that's why when you watch porn, you see the same 4 black dudes in every fucking video.
Justin Slayer.
Because they're the ones who got a 10-inch dick or a 12-inch
Yeah.
dick. They're it. I've been to jail. That shit ain't true.
How the fuck did you get a teaching job?
I know.
You know what's so funny? I'll tell you. George Bush. I was 2 strikes to life. I was 2 strikes to life, both felony attempted murders, and George Bush came into office and repealed one of the strike laws. Because my other strike law, because none of my strikes ever had to do with women, drugs, or anything like that. It was just purely like violent things. So I had 2 attempted murders. George Bush came into office, repealed one of the strike laws, which got rid of one of my strikes, and I could become a teacher. I was originally going sports medicine.
Oh wow.
And I couldn't be
Sports
licensed.
medicine.
I found out I couldn't get licensed because of my felonies.
Oh wow.
But I could teach.
Nice.
That's the world.
Interesting.
One door closes, another opens.
You know what's so sad is because I reach kids that most people can't. I work with kids that, like, when I was growing up, I was an 8th grade dropout. I went back and did my GED, and my ex-wife, God bless her, was the reason I was able to finish college. And so within that, I didn't ever think of going to college or anything. I was an 8th grade dropout. I was selling drugs. I was doing this and that. My ex-wife showed me how I learned differently. That I don't learn from the cubicle learning. I learn from a different way. And she showed me that, and I went, holy fuck, I got to show other people this. I got to show kids like me. Kids who teachers want to say are garbage, are trash, they're going to be dead. Yeah, I had so many teachers tell me I'd be dead by the time I was 18. I had so many teachers tell me how my family was trash, how I was trash, and all this stuff. Meanwhile, I became a teacher. So they were all idiots.
Do you do more like hands-on teaching and things that are
I
like
work with kids
non-traditional?
in the sense is I never have a problem with a child.
Yeah.
I never am angry at a child because they're simply being children. And so I work with them in that aspect, and I work under expectations. I expect that you can do everything,
Yeah.
and we're going to work toward that, simply. So for me, it was like in life, I was headed one path, but another one opened. And so all of a sudden, I got a chance to work with kids, because most teachers are bookworms.
Yeah.
Most teachers were never popular or never good at sports.
You're more experience driven, I guess.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was always good at sports. I always had friends. I was the guy in school. What was so funny is all them fucking Star Trek nerds, and I go back to that, Star Wars. Yeah. And so all these nerds that were in school, and when I was in school, you're talking about 3,000 people at a high school.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And then you had about maybe 20 kids in a corner, scared to fucking death, doing their little comics. And that was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so they were over in their corner, scared to death of everybody else at the school. My thing was I always stuck up for them. When people would want to fuck with them, I was always like, you know who's angry? Me. You know who wants to fight? Me. I'm totally down to fight.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers want to do Star Trek and Star Wars. Leave them the fuck alone. But I'm down to fight. So if you want to fight, we can fight.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be fucking with these dudes. Because my dad was like, if I would have ever been sent home, like, oh, hey, your son was picking on somebody who was handicapped. Your son was picking on kids.
Yeah.
My dad would have fucking killed me. My dad was 6'2", 350.
Jesus.
He'd have killed me for ever doing anything, if I ever did anything racial, if I ever did anything prejudiced, if I ever did anything chauvinist.
Yeah.
He'd have flipped his fucking lid.
See, here's what's interesting. I'm dyslexic, and I'm ADD, but not hyperactive. Like, I was diagnosed late with ADD because I was just inattentive type, so I wasn't being disruptive ever, so it totally just went unnoticed. I just couldn't fucking pay attention. In the academia, I was an utter failure because of those learning disabilities, quote unquote. Right. In life, okay, I've never gotten a vehicular accident of any kind. I am an excellent parallel parker. I'm hyper aware of the road and everything because I'm like,
you're super full of common sense.
because I'm ADD, you know, and
overconfident.
because
Well,
I
you're
also
full of
think, and I'm
common
dyslexic,
sense.
and I think
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
my IQ. Fucking high as shit. I could probably be a member of Mensa. I haven't had my IQ tested since I was 17, but even then it was like, you know, almost genius, you know.
But it's not acceptable in society.
It doesn't work in the context of academia, but I am absolutely convinced, like, ADD, everyone has ADD now, and there's dietary reasons as for that, like diet, the shitty food we eat, all
Be
that.
better parents.
We gotta remember,
Be
though.
better fucking parents.
We gotta remember, though, ADD is what allowed us to evolve as humans.
Yeah.
Do you know how useful ADD is if you're in a fucking third world war-torn country? Okay? Do you know how fucking useful ADD is when you have things